Hey friends, welcome back. Today, we're diving into something truly fascinating, the story of the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar coins. At first glance, these coins might look ordinary, just the small dollar you might find in your pocket or an old coin jar. But if you look closer, some of these coins are incredibly rare and have sold for tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. So let's dive in and see what makes them so special. One of the most surprising coins in the series is the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar with the large date and a strange mint mark mistake from the Philadelphia Mint. Even when this coin is found worn down or dirty, it can still be one of the rarest pieces in the entire set. At first, it looks completely normal, just another coin from everyday change. But when you look more closely, you see signs that something unusual happened during its creation. In those days, Philadelphia usually didn't put mint marks on their dollar coins. But during certain testing periods and early production experiments, a small number of coins were accidentally stamped with AP. Some marks were weak, some were doubled, and some were punched slightly off to the side. These little mistakes created a variety that collectors now treat like a hidden treasure. Many of these error coins were never released, melted down, or simply lost. The ones that survived are extremely valuable today. The Anthony dollar was meant to modernize the American dollar and work better in vending machines, but people didn't warm up to it. Because of that, production only lasted a few short years, with a final run in 1999. That very first year was filled with problems, new tools, new machines, and rush schedules. Out of all that confusion came this special mint mark variety. Some error coins show doubled letters, some show broken or partial shapes, and others look like they were stamped more than once. To collectors, these tiny flaws tell the story of what was happening inside the mint during that busy time. What makes the large date 1979 coin from Philadelphia so interesting is that it somehow made it out into the world before anyone realized something was wrong. Even if it looks scratched or dull, a magnifying glass can reveal the doubled P and the odd shape of the number 9 in the date. Many experts think these errors happened early in production, before quality checks were fully in place. That makes them especially desirable. But the story gets even better. While Anthony dollars were normally made from copper and nickel, a few rare pieces were struck on leftover 40% silver blanks, meant for older Eisenhower dollars. Tests proved that these mix-ups really happened. If a coin feels a little heavier, shines a bit brighter, or makes a clear ringing sound when tapped, it could be one of these rare silver errors. Coins like that have sold for unbelievable prices. One brought in more than $400,000, and another, with a die crack, sold for over $200,000. Collectors love these mistakes because they link to different eras of U.S. minting history. The design on these coins is the same as any other Anthony dollar, with her strong portrait on the front and the Apollo 11 landing eagle on the back. But on the error pieces, collectors have noticed small differences in how deeply parts of the design were struck, especially on the eagle's wings or on Anthony's cheek. These changes were likely caused by the mint adjusting pressure settings or switching tools during production. Even if the coin is dirty or worn, that actually proves it entered public circulation before the mistake was discovered. Although millions of Anthony dollars were made in 1979, only a few dozen of this specific large-date Philadelphia mint mark variety exist today, and only about 10 are in collectible condition. That's why collectors compete fiercely when one appears for sale. Grading companies have officially labeled these pieces with terms like mint error, overpunched P, or struck on silver planchet. Even lower quality examples with stains or heavy wear have sold for huge amounts. One rough example sold for over $200,000 after a bidding war, and another slightly nicer one sold for even more the following year. Collectors don't value these coins only because they're rare. They also see a connection to Susan B. Anthony herself, a woman who fought for fairness and equal rights, and whose coin also struggled for acceptance. For people who love mint errors, owning one of these unusual pieces feels like holding a small but powerful piece of American history. Many experts believe the value of these special Anthony dollars will keep rising as more people discover modern U.S. minting mistakes. Some say the next top-quality example, especially one confirmed to contain silver, could easily pass the $300,000 mark at a major auction. So if you ever come across a 1979 Anthony dollar that looks a little odd or even a bit dirty, don't overlook it. Now, let's take a closer look at another surprising and highly valuable modern U.S. coin. If you enjoy the idea of a hidden treasure tucked inside ordinary pocket change, this story will catch your attention. We're talking about the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar with the large date and the rare San Francisco Mint Mark era coin that has shocked collectors with record-breaking sales. The year 1979 marked the debut of the Anthony dollar, meant to be a smaller, easier-to-use dollar coin for daily life. It was also the first U.S. circulating coin to show a real American woman, Susan B. Anthony, a brave leader who helped win voting rights for women. Her portrait stood for fairness and courage. But the coin ran into trouble almost right away. People often confused it with the quarter because it looked similar in size and color. Even though it wasn't popular at the time, collectors later discovered that some Anthony dollars from 1979 had become extremely rare, especially those made at the San Francisco Mint with a faulty S mint mark. San Francisco usually makes high-quality proof coins, but in early 1979, something unusual happened. Some of the tools used to make the S mint mark were damaged, clogged, or punched incorrectly. This caused the S on some coins to look filled in, doubled, or strangely shaped. Collectors now call them S-era varieties, and the large date version is one of the most prized. One famous variety is the filled S, where the letter almost looks solid. To everyday people this seems small, but to collectors, tiny flaws can mean big value. These coins were made for only a short time, and that makes them extremely hard to find today. Adding to the mystery, experts learned that a few of these coins were also struck on leftover 40% silver blanks. These were never meant for Anthony dollars, but during the busy changeover between coin programs, a few slipped into production. More than 360 million Anthony dollars were made in 1979 across all mints, but only a tiny number fall into this special category: a large date, an S mint mark error, and in rare cases, a possible silver planchet. Every time a new one appears, collectors get excited, and the prices can be amazing. One certified example with a filled S and a silver-like tone sold for over $210,000 in a private sale. Another with a different die error was valued at over $185,000. These results shocked the coin world and pushed this coin into the spotlight as one of the most important modern mint errors. Its value has climbed for decades. In the early 1980s, you could buy one for under $1,000. In the 1990s, prices jumped into the $10,000 range. By the 2020s, top examples with the right errors passed the $200,000 mark, turning what looked like an ordinary dollar into a life-changing discovery. Because of its rarity, its unusual minting story, and its connection to Susan B. Anthony, many collectors consider this coin a once-in-a-lifetime find. It appears in magazines, online discussions, and research papers. Some even call it the holy grail of modern dollar coins. Today, the 1979 large date S mint mark error remains one of the most wanted coins in modern collecting. Experts say that the next fully certified piece, especially one confirmed to be struck on a leftover silver blank, might sell for more than $300,000. That would break past records and raise this coin to an even higher level of importance. This is why collectors continue to study their 1979 S dollars carefully. You never know which one might turn out to be one of the rarest modern errors ever made. That's what makes this hobby so exciting. A fortune might be hiding in plain sight, just waiting to be found. Next, we're stepping into the fascinating world of the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar. Many people still find this coin in old change jars, desk drawers, or boxes of forgotten coins at home. Even though millions were produced, a few rare versions of this Denver-made dollar have shocked the collecting world by reaching six-figure prices. To understand why, we need to look at the story behind this coin. In the late 1970s, the U.S. Mint had a problem. The Eisenhower dollar was big, heavy, and not very handy for everyday use. Most people didn't want to carry it, so the Mint created a smaller dollar coin. They chose Susan B. Anthony for the design, a brave woman who fought for voting rights and fairness. It was the first time a real American woman appeared on a circulating U.S. coin. When production began in 1979, all three major mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, got to work. The Denver Mint, marked by a small d, made a huge amount of them. The machines there were running non-stop to meet demand, and when production is rushed, mistakes can sneak through. Metal blanks can be mixed up, dies can shift, and the stamping process can go off track. These little slip-ups are the very things that can turn an ordinary coin into one worth thousands, sometimes even hundreds of thousands of dollars. One of the most exciting rare types connected to the 1979 D dollar is the wrong planchette strike. A planchette is simply the blank piece of metal that gets struck into a coin. The Anthony dollar should be made from copper nickel, but sometimes blanks meant for other coins or even other countries accidentally end up in the system. When that happens, you can get a Susan B. Anthony dollar made from the wrong metal. These errors are extremely rare and can be worth a fortune. A confirmed 1979 D wrong planchette error, especially if it's struck on silver-based or foreign metal, can bring well over $100,000, depending on the condition and the type of mistake. Another highly valuable error is the dramatic off-center strike. This happens when the blank isn't lined up correctly under the die, causing the design to land far off to one side. Small off-center mistakes are common and not very valuable, but when the misalignment is big, especially when the date and mint mark are still fully visible, the value can skyrocket. A bold, eye-catching off-center 1979 D with strong shine and a clear date can easily reach six-figure territory. The Denver Mint also produced some amazing multiple strike errors. These occur when the coin gets hit by the die more than once, creating doubled or even tripled images. A 1979 D dollar with 2 or 3 clean strike layers becomes a true showpiece, something you'd expect to see in a museum. A dramatic double or triple strike with little wear can bring more than $120,000 when confirmed by grading companies like PCGS or NGC. High-grade coins can also bring impressive prices. Most 1979 D dollars picked up scratches and marks during the fast production process. They banged into each other in bins and moved quickly through machines. Because of that, finding a near-perfect example is extremely difficult. A true mint state 68 or higher is so rare that top collectors will bid fiercely for it. Auction records show upper five-figure sales for these coins, and some experts believe a perfect MS-69 could cross into six-figure territory. Another interesting area involves die wear and die deterioration. When dies are used too long, the details start to fade or show strange textures. These worn die coins are usually common, but sometimes the wear creates repeating patterns or unusual raised areas that collectors find appealing. And if one of these coins is also a mint error or in excellent condition, its value can jump much higher than expected. The Susan B. Anthony dollar design adds even more charm to these rare pieces. The front shows Anthony's determined profile surrounded by 13 stars for the original colonies. The back features the eagle from the Apollo 11 mission medal landing on the moon with an olive branch. The mix of American history and space exploration makes this coin especially meaningful to many collectors. Because of all this, when a rare error or a perfect high-grade 1979 dollar appears at auction, collectors don't just see a coin, they see a unique piece of the nation's story. Some dramatic error coins have sold for $145,000, while a powerful off-center strike with the visible mint mark reached $118,000 after intense bidding. These numbers continue to rise as more people discover the world of modern mint mistakes. One reason these coins stay valuable is that they were never supposed to exist. The mint uses strict quality controls, and most mistakes are caught and recycled before they ever reach the public. Only a tiny number escaped into circulation or ended up in old collector bags. Those survivors are the rare treasures that now command incredible value. Many of the most valuable 1979 errors were found by accident inside dusty boxes, old rolls of coins, forgotten cash drawers, or childhood collections. One six-figure multiple strike error was discovered by someone who thought it was damaged until a dealer recognized it as a real mint mistake. That's the magic of coin collecting. Life-changing discoveries can show up almost anywhere. So the next time you spot a 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar, take a closer look. You might be holding something far more special than you think. Whether it's the wrong metal, a dramatic off-center strike, a bold multiple strike, or a perfect high-grade example, the right coin could reach six-figure value today. And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into the fascinating 1979p, 1979d, and 1979s varieties of the Susan B. Anthony dollar. Whether you collect for the value, the history, or simply the thrill of the hunt, these coins remind us that even modern era dollars have stories to tell. The Anthony dollar wasn't widely loved when it first came out, but today, it's a must-know collectible, full of unique versions, proof strikes, mint mistakes, and rare varieties that every coin fan should explore. If you enjoyed learning about these coins, or discovered something new today, don't let this be your last visit. Tap that like button, subscribe to the Coins Info channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss new videos about rare coins, valuable finds, minting errors, and the stories behind the money we collect. Your support helps this channel grow and keeps these videos coming, and trust me, there's much more amazing coin content on the way. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you for being part of the Coins Info community, and as always, keep collecting, keep learning, and keep searching for those hidden treasures. I'll see you in the next video.